Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Krishngeet Tarot. My name is Geeta and today's reading is a very special pick a card reading because we are going to explore something many of you are curious about. Who are you going to marry? We would also look into what kind of a person are they, what have they been through, and I think the most important aspect is how will you really recognize them when they appear in your life. So take a deep breath, relax your mind, and focus on three piles right here in front of you. Just see which one is calling your intuition. Pile number one is this ring with a rose flower on it. Pile number two is this ring with a pearl on it. And pile number three is this metal ring which has some rhinestones on it. So you can pause the video if you need a little more time. And once you've chosen your pile, scroll down to the timestamps in the description to go directly to your reading. So let's begin with pile number one. If you chose pile number one, which is with this ring which has a rose flower on it, welcome to your reading. And before we begin, take a moment to like this video if you enjoy pick a card readings like this. It just helps the energy of these messages reach more people. Now let's see what the cards reveal about the person you are going to marry. So what we'll do is these two cards, we'll keep them here separately and we would unfold them a little later when we really want to see what is the advice coming your way through these cards. But let's just see what do we have for you. We have Justice, Five of Pentacles, the Wheel, the World, and we have Ten of Swords. You all can see the cards. Yes, just hang in. Okay, here we are. Pile one, someone has been through a painful past, a very, very painful past. And I have to say, the person you are going to marry has a very powerful life story. At some point in their life, this person went through a very painful chapter that changed them deeply. What I can see is that this person experienced a very painful betrayal. Someone they trusted had deeply hurt them in a way that completely changed how they see relationships today. And I would say this wasn't just a small betrayal, it was a big one. This was the kind of ending where they felt like everything collapsed all at once. I'm also picking up for some of you, this person may have been betrayed by a partner, a close friend, or even family members. And after that betrayal came a very, very lonely phase for this person. What I can see is that this person went through a period where they felt completely unsupported. They may have struggled financially, emotionally, and some of them may have had a time in life where they truly felt like they had no one to rely on. And because of these experiences, this person changed. They became quieter and more careful about who they trust. So, this person I can see has spent a lot of time trying to understand their own fears and emotions and has become spiritually awakened, which is a good news, right? So, if you meet this person, you might notice something about them. They may appear very calm on the outside, but you can sense that they have been through a lot in their lives. They may have deep eyes, is what I'm also seeing, a very quiet presence, or an energy that feels mysterious, right? So this is someone who doesn't open up immediately, and you'll keep on guessing, what is really going on in this person's mind, in his head, in his heart. So he would not open up that easily with you. I can also see a shift which has happened, right? Because after this dark chapter, I see this card which says justice, right? And this is when things begin to balance out in their life. The people who hurt them have actually moved out of their life now. The truth about past situations has become clear, and this person has finally started rebuilding their life in a stronger way. I can see this is someone who has learned a very powerful lesson about fairness, honesty, and loyalty, and they value integrity deeply. So, pile number one, if you meet someone who seems very principled, someone who believes strongly in doing the right things, that could be your sign. As of now, I can see that they are financially quite stable and flourishing in their career too. With this card, the wheel, I can sense that your paths will cross very soon. Maybe when one of you changes jobs, you move cities, or start a new chapter in your life, some way or the other. That's when I feel that your paths would cross. And once this connection forms, the final energy is the world, which is beautiful. This is one of the strongest cards for long term fulfillment. You would have an instant realization that yes, this is it. You both would feel that both of you have finally met someone who truly understands your journey. And you may notice something about this person when you meet them. They would you would feel they enjoy traveling, interest in new cultures, or working in a field connected to the world, such as business, technology, education, or international environments. They carry an energy of someone who has seen life from many perspectives. So that's what I'm picking up for you. Now let's look at your advice cards. We have Ace of Swords and we have Nine of Cups. All right. Pile number one, Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. It tells me that the love you have been hoping for is not unrealistic. In fact, it is already aligning in your life. And the second advice card is Ace of Swords, which means a lot of clarity coming your way. At some point, there will be a moment where everything suddenly makes so much sense. You will understand exactly why certain people left your life and why this specific person appeared. For many of you, this connection could become serious within 3 to 6 months of meeting. And the marriage energy here feels very strong after both of you have experienced significant personal growth. So trust the journey because the person you're going to marry is someone who has walked through darkness and come out stronger on the other side. Also, if someone came to your mind while listening to this pile, that could be significant. That could be your sign from the universe. So that's what we have for you, pile number two. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I always enjoy hearing how these readings connect with your experiences. And if you would like a personal reading, private readings are open. You will find the details in the description box below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next reading very soon. Okay, let's start with pile number two. Whosoever chose this ring with the crystal, sorry, with the pearl on it. So, pile number two, welcome to your reading. And before we begin, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It just helps the energy of these messages reach more people, someone who wants to hear this. And let's see, what do the cards reveal about the person you're going to marry. We'll keep these two cards separately and we will pick them later to see what is the advice coming your way through these cards. We have Five of Wands, we have the Hanged Man, Six of Wands. I hope you all can see the cards. Ten of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment. Just hang in. Here. Okay. Pile two, someone who has gone through conflict, growth, and may reconnect with you or feel very familiar. So let me just explain. This is someone who has faced a lot of competition and challenges in life. So, what I can see is this person is someone whose life has not always been peaceful. They've been surrounded by competitions, misunderstandings, and people constantly challenging them. At times, it may have felt like uh, they always had to fight just to be heard, just to prove their worth. Whether this happened in their career, their family, or their social circle, what I can see is that this person learned very early in life that nothing would be easy for them. Life has almost trained them to always keep fighting, to keep moving forward, no matter what was happening around them. I can also see while they were facing all these obstacles in their life, moving forward, they took a small pause to step back and completely rethink their path. Maybe a career shift. And I can also sense sort of a breakup, a situation where they realized they needed to change their perspective while they were moving ahead with some speed. They had to take a pause, they had to stop for a bit and reflect, what is it that they want from their lives. And that experience changed how they see relationships and life altogether. It is almost like a wake up call that they had. I can see the shift or the breakup that I'm talking about had actually made them walk away from people and situations that felt shallow. And then they began searching for something deeper and more meaningful in their life. So, pile number two, if you meet this person, you might notice they have a very reflective personality. They're the kind of person who know uh, what to talk about and how to talk about growth, how to talk about lessons, and how certain experiences have changed them. So it's almost like life forced them to mature very quickly. And I can see after everything they've been through, there is a quiet confidence about them now. People naturally respect them and value their opinion. I can also see that this person has a strong presence, very confident, very leadership like energy. But despite all of this, I can also see this person carries very nurturing energy. This is someone who wants to build something real and stable in life. And that's where I'm picking up this Queen of Pentacles energy, right? So the person you're going to marry is likely someone who values family, who values stability, who values long term security. I can see they're also very responsible with money. They're very practical with decisions and protective of the people they love. Now, how would you really recognize them? You would recognize them by the way they take care of others. They could be someone who always checks if everyone is comfortable, supported, and safe. And the final outcome energy that I can see here is 10 of Cups, which is one of the most beautiful relationship cards in tarot. Now, this represents emotional fulfillment, family happiness, and long term partnership. The kind of relationship where both people truly feel at home with each other. So beautiful it is, I would say. Now, let's look at what is the advice coming your way through these cards. Pile number two, we have Eight of Cups, and we also have Six of Cups. Pile number two, Eight of Cups, I would say it represents a moment in life where your heart realizes that something is no longer meant to stay. Maybe a relationship, maybe a pattern, maybe your own habits, maybe an emotional attachment that you've been carrying for years. The difficult part is that Eight of Cups asks you to walk away not because you stopped caring, but because you deserve something deeper than what you've been settling for. I also have Six of Cups, and it's not just about memories, it is also about people who are already part of your story. Now, what I'm picking up is for many of you, the person you're going to marry is not a completely new soul entering your life. This is someone whose energy has already crossed your path at some point, someone you may have known before, someone who existed quietly in the background of your life, or someone you noticed uh, you once shared a connection with, but probably the timing simply at that time was not right. And life always, I would say, has a strange way of bringing certain people back when we least expect it. One day you may run into them again or hear from them after years of silence, and suddenly it feels like, no, the time was paused. I'm still here. So there is a sense of familiarity with this person, almost like your heart recognizes them before your mind can explain why. And for some of you, this reconnection may unfold within next 4 to 6 weeks is what I'm picking up. So, not in a dramatic movie like moment, but in a way that feels almost natural, almost destined. Because sometimes the people meant to walk beside us in the future are people who were already written somewhere in our past. Did someone cross your mind, pile number two? If yes, that person is significant, very significant. That's what we have for you today, pile number two. If this resonated, leave a comment. I love reading your comments in the box below. And if you would like a personal reading, private readings are open. You'll find the details in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here, spending your time with me, and I'll talk to you soon. You all take care. Thank you. Okay, let's start with pile number three. Whosoever chose this metal ring with the stones. Pile number three, welcome to your reading. And before we begin, please take a moment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps in energy exchange, and also it helps the messages reach more people. Now, let's just go ahead and see what do the cards have for you. These two cards would be our advice cards, which we would unfold later. The High Priestess, the Hermit, Temperance, Page of Swords, Two of Swords, and we have the Chariot. Okay, just hang in. I hope you all can see the cards. Alright. Pile 3. The person you're going to marry has a very quiet but powerful presence. And this is not someone who's going to suddenly appear one day. This person already exists in your life. Now, as you're listening to this reading, there is a strong chance that one specific person has already come to your mind. They're not someone who reveals themselves immediately. Their emotions are very, very protected. When you interact with them, they may appear calm, quiet, and sometimes a little difficult to read. Now, that's your cue. It's almost like you can't fully figure them out, but that silence hides much more than you realize. This person, pile number three, notices everything about you. They pay attention to small details about you, like the way you behave, the way you say things to people. So, in a nutshell, I can see they're already in love with you. You might recognize this person as someone who asks meaningful questions in the conversations, someone who remembers small things you mentioned weeks ago, someone who listens very carefully instead of trying to dominate the conversation. Pile three, I'm also picking up this person has a very rich inner world. They enjoy learning, reflecting, reading, and exploring deeper ideas about life. Topics like spirituality, personal growth, or understanding people on a deeper level is something that really interests them. At the same time, here's the thing, they're not someone who rushes into relationships. They take their own time. They're taking some more time to understand you fully before opening their heart. Because the connection between you carries a very, very strong intuitive energy, is what I'm picking up. I can also see there is an unspoken understanding between the two of you. So when you talk to them, conversations may quickly move into deeper topics about life, emotions, purpose, and it doesn't feel forced. I mean, it just feels natural, almost like both of you already understand each other on a deeper level. What I can also see is that for a while, this person may appear quiet, very observant, even slightly distant on some of the occasions. But that is not because they are unsure about you. It's because they are someone who takes their own time before revealing what they truly, truly feel. So they're watching you and they're just trying to understand you at a much deeper level. But they're waiting for the right moment. And when they decide, yes, now is the time, their energy will shift. You would feel there is so much more directness. It's almost like they stop observing you from a distance and begin stepping more confidently into your life. And this all will be quite noticeable for you. They will show up more, they would communicate with you more often, they would find small reasons to talk to you or spend time with you. Because once this person decides to express what they feel, they don't hold back. They'll move forward with intention. At the same time, pile number three, I have this card, Temperance. This is the card for balance and divine timing. It shows that this connection is not rushed, it unfolds exactly when both of you are emotionally ready. And emotional readiness doesn't just mean, having feelings for each other. It means both of you reaching a place where you understand yourselves better, where you are not carrying the same fears or doubts that may have affected past relationships. It's about becoming more secure in who you are, learning how to communicate honestly, and being able to show up for someone without hesitation. What I can see is that you and this person complement each other in a very natural way, where one of you feel emotional, the other brings calm. Where one of you feels uncertain, the other brings clarity. So, this is the kind of connection that grows slowly but becomes very strong over time. So, if at times you feel like things are moving slowly between you and this person, trust that timing. Not everything meaningful in life happens quickly. Some connections need time to grow, to deepen, and become stable. And this is one of those connections, is what I'm picking up. Now, let's look at what are your advice cards, because this reading was beautiful. We have the sun and we have the lovers here. So we have the sun and we have the lovers. Pile 3, a very powerful connection where two people consciously choose each other. This is not just attraction, this is a bond where both of you recognize the depth of the connection and decide to build something meaningful together. And we also have sun. Sun is one of the most positive cards, I would say. It represents happiness, warmth, and genuine joy. This is kind of relationship where you feel comfortable being yourself, where you feel understood, appreciated, and supported. So the advice here is very simple. Allow this connection to grow naturally. Do not try to rush it. Trust the timing of the universe and allow things to unfold the way they're meant to, because the person you're going to marry is not someone far away. They're already part of your life. And as you were listening to this reading, there is a strong chance that this person has already crossed your mind. This person is still there while you're listening to me. And if that happened, pay attention to that. That is your cue. So that's what we have for you today, pile number three. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comment section below. I always enjoy hearing how these readings connect with your present, with your experiences. And if you would like personal reading, private readings are open. You'll find the details in the description box below. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next reading. You all take care, and bye bye.